Kia ora, good evening. Civil Defence is warning Aucklanders it's not over yet, with more heavy rain forecast for parts of the city. It comes as the death toll from Friday's floods rises to 4 after police found the body of a man believed to have been swept away in Onewhero. And today, neighbours paid tribute to Dave Leonard, who died when his home was hit by a slip in the suburb of Remuera. Alice Wilkins reports.
The flooding may have cleared, but the scars of the storm have been left across the city. Remuera's Shore Road among the worst off, marked by a giant slip that claimed homes and a life.
On this occasion, we couldn't get to Dave. It had already happened. It was just so fast.
Robin Mackay was at home on Friday when the hillside along Shore Road began to crumble behind her. In 1997, the same bank toppled. Robin's house was badly damaged when another property fell down on top of it. Since then, there's been extensive reinforcement work behind their home, but her neighbours weren't as lucky.
The house next door has had all mud and debris and rock coming into their house and water. So they've got trees in their guest room, plus concern about Upper Road above. There's now a house kind of teetering on the edge.
She says the street is most upset by the loss of their neighbour and they're thinking of his son.
He's lived here a long time and he will be very, very sadly missed.
In Massey, the Miller family's home hovers precariously on the edge. It's been red-stickered because of a giant slip, one of 4 in a row along the cliff.
It was just all that sort of movement and then everything just dropped away.
A loud cracking noise, I think it has the roots and that come away, and then it just all went.
On Friday afternoon, the family watched helplessly as the land in front of their home disintegrated. They still haven't been able to get through to their insurance company, and they have a big event to worry about. Daughter Kylie's wedding is this week.
There's pressure already being a bride, so just trying to find places for everybody to stay, where we're going to stay.
Peter Fleming has similar damage in front of his Hillsborough home, where he's lived for 33 years.
The bank just kept falling away more and more to the house, to the point where a shed that is now upside down at the bottom there was just round behind me here.
There are slips of various sizes across the whole city, and with the rain still coming down, the concern now is that the already sodden earth will keep moving.
We are very vulnerable in the region at the moment to any rainfall. Rainfall that normally would not cause problems is exacerbating slips and causing localised flooding. We've already had some minor rainfall, heavy showers in the south and east this morning, and we had some problems.
Today, police released the identity of another person who died in Friday's storm. 34-year-old Daniel Miller was found in Waido Valley. And it's being reported 25-year-old Daniel Newth died after braving the waters in a kayak. A 4th death has also been confirmed, police locating a person who was swept away in Onewhero floodwaters. Forecasters admitting the magnitude of the event caught everyone off guard.
We acknowledge that that was a record-breaking day and we didn't capture that intensity well.
And now, as the clean-up continues, Auckland braces for more wet weather, hoping it doesn't make things even worse.
Alice Wilkins joins us now. Kia ora, Alice. What's the latest on those rain warnings?
Laura, a heavy rain watch has been upgraded this afternoon to a heavy rain warning for Auckland from now until 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's raining pretty steadily at the moment. It has been raining heavily off and on throughout the day today. That will bring little comfort for those who have already been forced to flee their homes, like those who were living here on Shore Road.
Alice Wilkins, tēnā koe. It was the Bay of Plenty and Waikato in the firing line overnight. A landslide forced 24 people from their homes in the Tauranga suburb of Maungatapu, while a train derailed near Te Puke. Keisha Brownlee reports.
As the waterlogged bank gave way, it took with it whatever was in its way, including an entire house.
I woke up about 11:45, I guess, and one hell of a thump. I thought it was a tornado. Obviously my Jeep getting pushed through the garage door into the house.
Neighbours' houses and cars becoming the stopgap.
Crazy situation, watching some TV, heard what sounded like thunder right outside the house and went out for a look, and what's there? Just the house has slipped away.
A night of terror for this tight-knit neighbourhood.
I just thought maybe there was a car accident or, some altercation, I just don't know. And then to come down to see that the house had just completely slipped out was just awful. I just can't even describe it.
A family of 7 was still inside the house when the bank gave way.
The guy who lives in that house, what a hero. He's a hero. Like, just saving those kids. There's really young kids in that house. And they're just screaming in terror, and he's just scrambling through the mud, just trying to pick up those kids and get them out.
In total, 24 Maungatapu homes were evacuated last night.
You've got to act fast. You've got to get shit happening straight away. You can't wait.
1 house has been destroyed, 2 others significantly damaged. No one was seriously hurt.
They all rushed out and helped each other crawl through mud and debris, and frankly, the fact that no one lost their life here is amazing.
That was a pretty horrific night.
Half an hour south in Te Puke, a freight train was derailed.
I just woke up at about 4:30 and I heard just heaps of crashing, and then the emergency brakes on the train were squealing. It looks like all the rocks and underside has all been washed out.
A long list of main roads throughout Waikato and the Bay of Plenty have been taken out by slips and flooding. As floodwaters rose throughout the region, Waitomo declared a state of emergency.
It was really tough yesterday, last night. We were really worried. We've had a little bit of a break in the weather this morning, but we're also being told it's coming again.
Floodwaters have receded, but forecasters say more localised downpours are on the way. The Coromandel Peninsula, Waitomo and South Waikato areas on tenterhooks, waiting for what the next homes.
Yeah, kia ora, Laura. It has been a pretty unimaginable 18 hours for residents here on Airgrid Avenue, but there has been some good news this afternoon. Residents have had the opportunity to return to their homes. Not all residents, just a handful or so. After building inspectors and engineers did say that it was safe to do so. Now, we've spoken with a few residents here this afternoon who had some pretty heroic stories to tell of the feats that people went to last night to make sure that everyone was accounted for. People treading through rubble and mud that was neck deep just to make sure that everybody was okay. Now, just to give this landslide some context, we are looking through the front window of the house and can see bed bases basically bent and battered, just showing the pure scale of this landslide. But for these residents on the street, many of them have had a very lucky escape, and it's pretty incredible that no lives were taken last night.
Absolutely. Mitch Redmond live from Tauranga. Tēnā koe.